Alright, hello. I'm going to record my solve of this puzzle by NurglesGift. NurglesGift has a bunch of these great coloring puzzles. I like them a lot. I've solved this puzzle before, maybe a couple weeks ago, but I'm doing it now for my sister Amanda, just to show her how the coloring works. I'm also doing it on my computer for the first time, so we'll see how this goes. Alright, let's jump in. So we've already talked about this a little bit, and Amanda realizes that the best place to start here is in box 4 because it has most of the information. So I'm going to go ahead and start coloring in box 4. You can go through and just color each box a color. There's a couple of things I like to do. One is I like to not color the 5s. I think this might actually be a common practice, but I can tell in this box that every one of the squares is on an X or a V, which means they're not 5, and this is the only one that's not, so this must be the 5. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that 5 there. The other thing I like to do, maybe this is just because I'm neurotic, but I like to match up the X's with common colors because it helps me see what the pairs are, and I just use the common colors in the square on Sudoku pad. So one X pair I have is light gray and dark gray, and one X pair I don't like to put the black as one of the squares because it's hard to see the colors, at least on my mobile device. It's hard to see the numbers behind the black, so I usually don't use the black color, and I have other pairs, so light gray, dark gray, and then one of them is green, pink, and then one of them is orange, red, and one of them is yellow, blue. But I don't know which ones are the orange, red, or yellow, blue. I can tell that these are different, so I'm just going to choose one of these to make yellow, blue. Let's make this one the yellow, blue. And then we'll make this one the orange, red. So I know all of these have to be unique X pairs. So that's going to be my initial coloring. I also know that the red and the blue have to go in here. And if the blue were here, then there would be an X between these two. So I know the blue has to go up here. And that tells me that the blue is also the 1 through 4. And red is also the 1 through 4. And so it's not surprising that it also goes here. So now I have the initial coloring of box 4, and I'm already extended out. I know that this is going to be the same pair as this. I don't know what that is yet. So now I just start doing basic Sudoku stuff, like if red is here in column 2 and red is here in column 3, then I know that red has to be up here in column 1. And what I usually do is I put the color in, and then I mark it with white, so I know that it's a possibility. This is why I don't like to color 5. 5 is always going to also be a white square like this, but this is just, I don't know which of these boxes red goes in, but if red is on one of these boxes, then orange would also go there, which would mean orange would have to go down here somewhere, and it can't go here, so it might be, if orange is on this X, then it's going to go down here. Okay. What else do I know? I know that blue and blue, so blue has to go over here somewhere. And if it goes here, then also the yellow is going to go there. Now that I know that blue is the V, I don't know what the other V pair is yet, but I can see that blue can also see this V, which means this V can't be the blue V, so it needs to be the other V, and the other V is the red V. I guess one bit of logic here that I missed was that these have to be separate. Like, so you might think that it's possible that the pair is actually red-blue, and so the red would go here. But if that's the case, then there would also be V's between the reds and the blues, and that's not what we see. So we know that these are separate V pairs. And we don't know yet. I haven't thought yet about what the other side of the pair is, but we know that red has to go here. It has to be the red pair. That's the V. And if red is down here and red is here, that means red also has to go up here. But we already just talked about red is not the other side of the blue, so red is not there. So red is in one of these squares. Is there anything else I can do right away? Probably, but I don't see it yet. The big thing to start with, this is maybe why I like the XV puzzles, is figuring out what their V's are. Okay, but all right, so I guess the next thing to do is figure out what the other side of the pair is. So if every one of the X's has to have a small value, 1 through 4, and those 1 through 4s have to go on a V. So this light gray, dark gray X has to have, one easy thing to do is that if it's light gray and dark gray are on the X, then this also has to be light gray. Okay, but then light gray, dark gray, one of these have to be low, and that low number is not on this V because it can see both of those values. So that low number has to be here. So we know that We don't know exactly what value it is, but we know it has to be one of the light gray, dark gray pair. And for the same reason, right, we already have red, we already have the low value from here, and we already have the low value from here. So we know that the other value from blue has to come from this pair. So we know this one is either green or pink. It's not white. If it were white, if I kept the white here, then I would say I'm not certain, but I know with certainty that this is either pink or green. I don't know which one, but because pink and green is a pair, I also know that this is also pink and green. So this is the pink and green pair. Okay. Now that, because I know that red goes with dark gray, light gray, and here's the same red V pair, so I know this has to be light gray, dark gray, and then that conflicts with that light gray, so this is dark gray. So now I know that the low value on the V pair is dark gray, and I know this is the red V pair, so the dark gray also goes over here. Now I know for certain that that's dark gray and red, and we can see that the dark grays are all taken account for in these 3 rows, and also the reds are accounted for in these 3 rows, and there's no conflicts there, so we're still doing this correctly. If this V, well, so I guess just continuing the pattern we've been doing, if this is dark gray, this is dark gray, so we know dark gray has to go up here somewhere, and dark gray can't touch the light gray, or there would be a X pair there, so we know the dark gray is up here. It also tells us the dark gray is on this dot. That's going to be helpful for resolving at the end of the puzzle what the different numbers are. But going back to the thing I noticed earlier is that this V and this V are perpendicular to each other, which means that they have to be different, right? Because both of these see this square, which means that this square can't contain either of these, so it has to be the other V. So I know that one V is red and dark gray, and the other V is blue and either pink or green. So this is blue and either pink or green. So blue must be here, and one of pink and green, whichever the low one is, and I don't know what that is yet. Okay. So if this were the blue, then this would be the pair that goes with blue. The pair that goes with blue is yellow. But if this were also yellow, it can't be, because we can look at this, and also if it's touching blue, there would be an X there. So we know that this can't be the blue. So this is the pink and green, and this one has to be the blue. Oops. There you go. Okay, so now I have a blue here and a blue here, so I know that blue has to go up here somewhere. If the blue is on the X, then the yellow is also up there, but I don't know that yet. Pink and green, the thing that matches pink and green is also pink and green. So this is the other pink and green, and now I have 2 squares with pink and green, so I know that the pinks and greens are taken account of in this box 5. What else to do? Okay. So again, what we really want to do is just figure out what the X's and V's are. So let's start here. This X sees this X pair, sees this X pair, so it's not the red-orange X pair, but it also sees one box of each of these X pairs, so we know it's not pink or dark gray. There's only one other X pair, right? That's 3 of them, so there's only one more, and one more is the yellow-blue pair. So I'm going to put yellow, blue there. I don't know which order they go in, but I know that yellow and blue go here. And notice that yellow and blue are in column 3. They're also down here in column 2. So that means they have to go up here. So yellow and blue have to go up here. The only way that yellow and blue could go up here without an X between them is if they were in the top and the bottom, but whatever's in the bottom is confined to an X. So if yellow and blue both go up on this column, then they have to be in this X pair. So we know that this X pair is not red. It's yellow and blue, and we know this is not yellow and blue, this is red. So now we have reds placed in the first 3 columns. That's good. That's light gray. Okay. Doesn't show up as well. So I should be able to figure out what these 2 are. We have yellow and blue here. Red, orange is not taken into account, so orange is down here. And dark gray, light gray, yellow, blue, red, orange, and the other one is pink and green. So green is already on this column, so pink also goes down in here. And that's both of those squares. Orange can't touch red. Orange is the big one, so it's not going to be a conflict. And then green, we don't know if pink or green is little. We know blue is little, and blue cannot touch whatever the little one is of pink and green, but we don't know if that's down here. Okay, but we have pink and we have pink and orange, we have yellow and blue, we have dark gray and red. So I should be able to figure out what these three are. And one of them has to be green, and one of them has to be light gray, and one of them has to be the 5. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that as 5. And so green, light gray, and 5. Let me also put a white there. This doesn't show up very well on my screen, but okay. So green, so that means green has to go right in here somewhere. I don't know which one. Pink and pink. So pink has to go over here. Pink's not allowed to touch the green, and also pink can't touch whatever is here. If sorry, this is not pink. If this were pink, then obviously this can't be pink. But if this were green and this were pink, there would be an X between them, and so that's not going to work. So pink has to be up here, and dark gray also has to be up here. So we actually know that this pair is the pink dark gray pair. 5 is here, 5 is here, so 5 has to go up here. So this is actually the green 5 pair. So this is solo. It has to be whatever's left, and then whatever's left is orange. Okay, so there's a couple of pairs to resolve, but that's basically settled. Box 1, box 4 was our starting box, and also box 7 is settled. So again, we're just trying to resolve what these x's are. So notice that red and gray little are here. So this x cannot be either the red or gray pair. It also can't be, I'm sorry, red goes with orange and gray goes with light gray. Dark gray goes with light gray. And then green and pink is the third X pair that this can't be. So this has to be the fourth X pair, which again is just blue and yellow. So now we know that this is blue and yellow. This is not blue. So blue and yellow, yellow, yellow. So these two have to be made of yellow. We don't know which one is which. We almost have this box. What are we missing here? Light gray. Light gray cannot go here. Light gray could go here. Here, is that worth? I'm going to mark it just because I'm not a good Sudoku player. What else needs to go here? Green and pink, red, orange. So orange could go here or here. So these could be orange. This one can't be. This one can't be light gray because it would be touching with dark gray. Yellow, blue, light gray, draw with 5s. One of these is 5. Okay, I don't know which one. Well, actually, I know in this box now, red and yellow are not 5. 5 is white. So all of these squares are accounted for, and this square isn't on next, so this is also not 5. So I know 5 actually has to be here. So this is not 5, which means I can take away the white. So this is an orange or light gray. This is light gray, orange, or 5. This is just orange or 5. What is this? This is red and dark gray. Red pairs with orange, and dark gray pairs with light gray. So this is also light gray, dark gray. Oh, but orange is right here, so this is not orange. So this must be light gray. So this must be dark gray. So that's not red. And this is not dark gray, this is red. Well, that's nice. If this is light gray, then the only other place for light gray in this box is up here. I'm sorry. I said that wrong. If light gray is here, then this is not light gray, so I can take the light gray away from here. This is orange and 5, so this is not orange. So this is light gray. Light gray, light gray, light gray. This is all still consistent. What are we missing? So dark gray goes with light gray. Oh, I already have that marked. See, I can't see it. What else? Oh, we're missing the other pink and green. So, oops. So this is pink and green. We don't know which one yet. Okay. 5 and orange means we should also know what this is. Oh, is it already marked as light gray? It is already marked as light gray. I'm just blind. What else is up here? So there's a pink. So there's got to be the 5 up here. So I'll mark that with white. There's the other pink and green. And then what's the other? Oh, it's orange. And then pink and green. Okay, I usually don't like marking that many colors because then it gets hard to see. So I might take those off if I get confused. I don't know what goes with blue yet. Pink and green, so none of these are pink and green, so the other 3 X pairs have to be accounted for here. And blue has to go on one of these X pairs, and this is the only X pair that's available for blue. So actually, we can say that this is just the blue-yellow pair. So that means these have to be from either orange, red, or from light gray, dark gray. And I know this is not red, so this cannot be orange. What else do I know? This is not light gray, so this cannot be dark gray. Is there anything else I'm constrained by here? If this were the red-orange pair, then that would take red out of here and make this yellow. But I don't know that yet. This is the little pink and green. And this is the little pink and green. So this must be the little pink and green. Sometimes the coloring gets confusing, especially about which one's the big and which one's the little. Sometimes you can mark it with the numbers. I also tend to use, oh, I don't have the setting here on my laptop. Definitely make sure you put in settings to be able to do a lot of this stuff, like enable pen tool. There you go, enable letter tool. So this is little pink and gray, big pink and gray, and that gives me most of this line. Can I? One thing I don't have accounted for here are the fives, so this has to be a 5 over here. Yeah, because if these are pink and green, then none of these are 5s. This is not 5. So if this is 5, the only other place for 5 in this box is up here. So that's a 5, which means that's not a 5, which means that must be the 5, so it's not green, and this is green. I'm a little bit worried that I've made a mistake somewhere, but if this is green and my pink and greens are down here, then the green has to be over here. What else can I do? Oh, if this is not 5, then this must be 5, so it's not orange, which means this is orange, which means these are not orange or red. So this must be light gray, dark gray, and these are not light gray, dark gray. So that's orange and red. Cool, so then red goes down here somewhere, and it's not in the middle. And then orange, and orange goes in the middle here. That's not, that was orange. Yellow and blue, so the one that's not accounted for here is the other pink and dark gray. I don't know, I'm not gonna mark that though. What else can we tell from up here? Light gray, light gray, light gray is over here, and that's light gray, so the light gray is up front here. Blue, 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 yellow. Oh, this yellow, blue, yellow takes out yellow from here, so that must be red, and this is not red, so that is yellow. Red and red means red has to go in the bottom column here, so that's red. Red and red means red has to go over here somewhere, and it's not in the middle. Oops. I hope this is not frustrating for you. So this could be red, dark gray. Oh, look at this. Blue, this takes out blue from here, so that's yellow, and this is not yellow, this is blue. And because blue and blue are in both of those columns, we know that this V is not the blue V, so it has to be the red, dark gray V. So this is the red, and this is the dark gray. That's not red. Red sees this guy, so that's not red, so this means this must be the red. 5, okay. It looks like the reds are resolved now. Blues are almost resolved. There's a blue up here. Blue, 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 blue. So these two blues account for all the blues and yellows in row 2. But there's another blue and yellow over here, and it can't be in this row, so it has to be blue and yellow on this side. And there also has to be a blue and yellow on this side, but I don't know where those are yet. I'm not confident enough to start marking that. Oh, orange, orange. Orange has to go down here, but orange can't touch red, or there would be an X there. I should be able to solve more of these. So there's a big pink and green somewhere. This is big pink and green. So that means it's not over here. So the big pink and green has to be down here somewhere, and it's not next to this. So the big pink and green is down here. in one of those two squares. Dark gray. Ah, look at this. Dark gray, dark gray. Dark gray has to go over here, but dark gray also is down here and over there, so it can't be on those two things. So I know the middle is dark gray. Let me just get rid of all that stuff. So that's dark gray. That's nice because that should also, oh, I guess it doesn't help with light gray, but light gray is going to be on this column 3. Oh, I don't have any more oranges. Look, orange, orange, orange. Orange can't go next to the red. And I already took away its other spot, so orange has to be up here. Orange is the big one on this. So the big ones are usually just not very constrained. It's the V's that are the most constrained. So this is just the big pink screen on the bottom here. Okay. I should know what these 3 are. Well, one of them has to be 5. One of them has to be yellow. And one of them has to be light gray. I already have that down there. Okay. So this is not yellow. Is that even marking light gray? I cannot tell any difference between those 2 shades. Okay. Okay. Yellow 5. Yellow is the big one of these. Blue is the one that's constrained. Yellow. Okay. That's light gray. Light gray's up here. Where's light gray down here? So it can't be here or here. Does that give me, oh, it can't be here. Does that give me anything? No, okay. I'm not seeing something. Yellow, yellow. Red, red, dark gray, light gray. Orange, orange. Let me finish over here. This could be yellow or blue. This can't be orange because it's next to red. Orange has to be down here, but it can't be right there. One of these is orange. There's no other big clue that I'm missing. Maybe I need to look at 5s. 5, 5. No, that doesn't really help us. I think I've done everything right so far. So we just need to be careful about how to go from here. How long have it taken so far? I think it's like 20 minutes. Hopefully it won't take much longer. Blue, 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 blue. There has to be a yellow blue here. Okay, I'm gonna mark it. Oop, not green. Yellow or blue here. That pairs with the 5. And then the other yellow blue can't go here, so it has to go over here. Can't go in the middle column, so it has to go over here. So there's yellow blue here. And we don't know if this yellow blue is big or small, but this dot might be our clue because 5 is a separation, so we know it's not connecting to 5, so it's either connecting to another little one or another big one. If it connects with the gray, light gray is big, but it could also be pink, which is potentially small, or dark gray, and dark gray is little, so we don't know. Okay. problem really might be that I just can't see the light gray on my screen. Light gray has to go over here. And it can't be right here. Let's look at this column. Let's look at this row. Yellow and blue, red, orange can go here, and orange can go here. Pink. We haven't looked at pink in a while. Pink. One of these is pink. Pink can go up here, up here. One of these is pink. One of these is pink. Pink can go over here. Oh, dark gray, dark gray. Ah, dark gray. One of these has to be dark gray. So these are part of the careful things you just have to be looking out for. So one of these are dark gray, dark gray, dark gray. One of these have to be dark gray. Also, light gray, light gray. One of these has to be light gray, and light gray can't be here because this is light gray. So we have dark gray here, light gray here. Light gray and dark gray are an X pair. So if the light gray and dark gray were touching, there would be an X here. But we don't see any X's, so we know that they can't touch. So if dark gray were here, these are the spots for light gray, but if dark gray were here, then light gray would have to be here and they would be touching. Similarly, if light gray were right here, then dark gray would be here and they would be touching. So we know that neither light gray or dark gray could be right here. So this is not light gray and dark gray, and that means these two pairs are, light gray and dark gray have to be in these two squares, but the only one that can be light gray is this one. The only one that can be dark gray is this one, so this is not orange or green, this is dark gray. And that makes sure everything's consistent and keeps those two things apart. And then this resolves a bunch of stuff. So this is not dark gray, this is pink, and this is not pink. This is dark gray. So pink and pink is down here, so pink has to go up here. So pink is the other pair with blue and yellow, and we also don't know if pink is little or big. One of these can be big. 6 and 8 can go on the dots. So we don't know that yet. But that also closes off this. So this has to be the green-orange pair because everything else is accounted for here. So I'm going to take the white away from here, and then it is definitely green and orange, and this is definitely the other blue, yellow, and 5. So that's good. What else does this resolve? Pink, 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 orange, orange, orange. So one of the blue yellows here, one of the blue yellows here. We don't know which one is big or little, but we know that they can't both be in this column, right? If this was one blue yellow and this was the other blue yellow, then there would be nothing that we could put in this square. So that ensures that either blue yellow is both here, or it's one or the other, but they can't both be in this column, which means that either pink or 5 has to be in this column. That doesn't help us very much, but just wanted to point out one of the things I saw. The hope is that this would push down some stuff here. Green and orange. Orange is in these squares. Orange is in these squares. What about green? Green can't be here, because we know this is pink or green, and either of those would block out pink or green here. So this is one of the pinks and or greens. Also, this is a pink or green up here. Come on, Daniel, you can do this. Alright. Did we resolve the light gray? Okay, so this can't be light gray anymore. See, again, part of the problem is I can't see the light grays. These are light grays. Oh no, this is not light gray. Because that's dark gray. So light gray is either here or here or here. Oh, look at that. That's not a light gray, so this is not light gray. So light grays have to be here or here. That helps. And over here, any of these can be light gray, and any of these can be light gray. Dark gray is the small one. Okay, if these are light gray, orange can be here. Dark grays are all taken care of. Light grays. Dark grays, blues. We're looking to see if anything shows overlaps that you can use to rule out where things go. Okay, so yellow can be here or here. If yellow were up here, we also know blue is up here, and there's no X's, so that means yellow and blue would have to be in the corners. Man, it would really help to know which one is the other for blue. We should be able to do this, actually. I'm going to go ahead and start so A is whatever the smaller one is. Like another thing we can do is we can take the pink and green out here and make this ambiguous, like make this either pink or green, and then just say that this is green and this is pink, and then work from there. But I'm going to, since we're already this far, I'm going to go ahead and mark them with letters. So if this is A and this is B, then the other pink and green here has to be A. And that means I know this is A and this is B. So B, B, so this is our B. So there's one pink and green over here that's a B, and this one is our A, pink and green. Okay, so we have pink and green both on opposite sides of this blue, but they can't both be out on the opposite sides of this blue. Well, for one reason, because the big one is here. Look at this. Okay, so B is the big one, A is the little one. So we know that the big pink and green is not down here next to blue, and if the little pink and green were next to blue, there would be a V there, but there's no V there. So none of the pinks and greens can be down here next to blue. That means this is not a green. That was actually kind of a tricky move. This is not a green, but also this is not a pink, because none of the pinks and greens can go down here. Whichever one is the small one, we know the big one can't go down here, and whichever one the small one would show up as a V. So neither of the pinks and greens can go down here. So this is not pink. So that's orange, and this is not orange. This is pink. Whew, that was nasty. So we don't know if this is A or B, but we do know that A is not up at the top. So we know none of the pinks and greens are down here. That means that this is just 5 and light gray. Is light gray still an option there? Yeah, I guess it is. Dark gray is the small one. Okay. But this has to be either A or B. And A can't go on the top, so A has to go here or here. And that means A has to go here or here. And B has to go here somewhere. But look, B points at the pink, so we know that B is not pink. So A is pink. That means this is not A. B is the other one, which is green. Green. is already marked there. So this is green. B is green. So I can go through here and take these out. So A is pink and B is green. B is not green. A is not. Sorry, B is not pink. A is not green. B is not pink. So pink is down here somewhere. A is pink, so it's not green. These are not pink. These are green. The B is going to go over here as green. This is not green. Oops, this is not green. This is pink. A is pink, so this is not pink. We knew one of the pinks had to go up here. And that one wasn't the pink, so this is the pink. So this is the pink A. And that A means that that's not A. So this is A, which means it's not yellow or orange. It is pink. Light gray's up here, okay. This is not pink. This could be yellow or orange. Or other things maybe, I don't know. I'm still following around the A's. I think I got all the A's. Do I have all the B's? Green has to go over here. Green can't touch this, so green has to be one of these. I feel like I made some progress. Light gray, yellow, and 5. Light gray, 5, and B. B is green. I don't need the A's and B's anymore because I have associated them with their color, so I can take those A's and B's away. Oh, I guess now I know that blue goes with pink. Pink is little. Well, obviously blue and pink are not going to go together up here. So pink and yellow are connected. Whoa. That can't be right. Because pink is small and yellow is big. So I made a mistake somewhere. It had to have been with these A's and B's. It's a dangerous project. Okay. So I was going through and marking A's and B's. I think I have things right so far. Where did I go wrong? Was it in this logic? So A and B have to go in here. Pink and blue. I'm sorry, pink and green. This is one of the pinks and greens. And it's the large one. And it's already blocked off from the bottom. A is the small pink and green, which can't touch the blue. So neither of the pinks and greens can go here. So this is not green. This is not pink. It's orange. This is not orange. This is pink. So these are not orange. Orange can't touch red. The only other place for orange goes here. I didn't do this part last time. So this is not orange. This is green. This is not green. This is orange. This is not orange. This is the only place for orange to go. I didn't do this last time. I hope the rest of it is fixed though. So B has to go over here. How did I resolve this? Pink has to go up here. haven't. Oh, this is maybe where I went wrong. That I assume this is A. So A has to go here. Yeah, that is where I went wrong. A has to go here, but I said B has to go here, and that made me resolve it. But actually, B can go in both. This could also be B. This cannot be A, but this could be A or this could be A. Either way, that tells me that A is down here. And A and B can't touch each other, so this is actually not A. So this must be A. And A. Yeah, look, this is I did it wrong, and then now I'm back on the right track. So I had assumed that A was here, and A is not here, because it could also be B. And in fact, if I moved a little bit further from that, I have now proven. So if A is up here and A is in this row, then A must be on this bottom column, and A can't touch B, so A must be here. And if this is A and this is A must be in this column, and A is one of pink and green. The only one that's available here is this green. So A is green. Sorry, and that means B is pink. So sorry I got that wrong, but you can also see me fix my mistake. It didn't require error check or like a error checking. I haven't put any numbers, like I've put very few numbers in the grid. So that was an error I caught just from a contradiction in placement. So B is pink. So that's B. So neither of these are B. So A has to be somewhere, and the only place left for A to go is here. So now I know that this is green, so it's not 5, and it's not light gray, it is green. This is not green. And so these are a 5 light gray pair. A and A and A, so this is not yellow, this is green. Yellow could go there or there. This limits where pink can go. Pink has to be up here on the top. I don't know that yellow has to be up there yet. There's only one other thing that can go here. Wait, so green, this is light gray in 5, and this is also light gray in 5. Oh, I can't see what's going on. Oh, there was already a light gray there. Okay, light gray and 5, okay. Light gray is in one of these two. This is potentially light green 5. Okay. I caught myself from a mistake. We're still making progress. Things are going great. Orange, orange, orange. What have I... okay, these are light grays. I don't know how to resolve light grays down there. Dark grays are done. Blues are still not resolved. Blue has to go up here, here, in one of those spots, and then in one of those spots. Oh, this is why this helps. So green also cannot touch blue if we don't already know about it. Okay. What's next? Green is resolved almost. Oh, this is green. Okay, there we go. That's not green. Green has to be in one of those two spots. Green is A. This is not green. This must be green. Yeah, because I knew green was A. Okay. So this is a 5B pair. Okay, almost done. Green and blue. This cannot be blue. That's what I was looking for. Yellow, blue. These are not blue. These are yellow. Yellow and pink. yellow is big, and pink is also big. Okay, that works. Whew. Yellow, yellow, yellow. This is not yellow. This is blue. This is blue. This is yellow. Blue, blue, blue. Yellow. We are so close. Oh, this is a pink-yellow pair, so this is not yellow. This is blue. Red is fine, orange is fine, yellow. Yellow connects blue, blue connects green. Okay, so this cannot be, oh, okay. I was hoping to see one of these situations. Blue cannot touch green because there would be a 5 between them, so this is not blue. So now we have a case where blue is in these 2 squares, and blue is also in these 2 squares, and that means that blue is accounted for in both of these columns, so that means this cannot be blue. Let me say that one more time in case that was not confusing. Okay, so we eliminated blue from this square because blue can't be next to green, so now we know that blue in box 9 is limited to columns 7 and 8. We also know that blue in box 6 is limited to columns 7 and 8. So if blue is here, then blue is there, and blue is there, and blue is there. So the blues are taken care of by those 2 sets. So blue needs to be in box 3, and it can't be in these 2 columns. So that means that this can't be blue. We had it marked as blue, but in fact it can't be blue. The only thing it can be is 5, so this is not 5, this is blue. Oops. That's blue. 5 gets the 5 out of there. So I guess 5 can be in these spots. I had not marked them yet. Blue goes with yellow, and blue goes with green. Green goes with pink. Red and orange, red and dark gray. This can't be 5, so this has to be light gray. It's because I can't freaking see the light grays. I need to use a different color palette next time. Anyway, that means that's 5, and we're in the home stretch here, so those 5s are taking care of these 5s. This is light gray. Light gray doesn't really restrict it in any way. These are blue. Okay, wait. Blue can't touch yellow. These are blue. So if this was yellow, it would be touching blue. And if this was yellow, it would be touching blue. So yellow can't be over here. Yellow has to be over here. So this is not pink. I don't know why it's 0. This is yellow. And that means this cannot be blue. That means this has to be blue. Which means it's not 5. Oops. Was there still a light gray there? There should not have been a light gray there. Okay, blue goes there. This is not blue. This is not yellow. This is not yellow. This yellow takes this yellow out of here. So yellow and pink. This is not pink. So now I know that this is our 5. And this is our pink. And so this is 5 down there. That means that's 5 over here. We are so close to being done. So that's all the 5's done. This has to be pink. What else is there? Yeah. Is that all of our colors done? No. Yellow comes out of there. Is that shaded as light gray? I can't tell at all. That should be light gray. So this is not light gray. So this is yellow. This is not yellow. This is light gray. Now we're done. Okay, let me get rid of my A's. Oops. And B's. I now have a full coloring. And so now I can just mark each of my numbers. Oops. This is a little bit annoying. You have to make sure that you're selecting all of the colors first, and then you go into the numbers and change the numbers. The reds are also 1, 2, 3, 4, and the light dark grays are also 1, 2, 3, 4. So pinks are 6, 7, 8, 9. I should be using the keyboard for this. This is 6, 7, 8, 9. Oops. Maybe I shouldn't be using the keyboard for this. What happened? Oh, there goes 6, 7, 8, 9. Oranges are 6, 7, 8, 9. Light grays. Yeah, this is marked light gray. Is that all the light grays? This needs to be marked light gray. That's all the light grays. 6, 7, 8, 9. Good. So now those are the basic numbers, but I can eliminate some of them. So, for instance, on this dot, I know that 7 and 9 can't be on a dot, so those are not 7. Oops. So those cannot be 7 or 9. And so that means that this. This is why this is. You have to be careful. Okay, so 6 and 8 has to go with one of these little numbers, and 6 and 8 go with 3s and 4s on the black dot. So I want to get rid of the 1s and 2s. If gray is 3 and 4 and gray pairs with red is a V pair with red, that means the red is not the 3 and 4, the red is the 1 and the 2. Red goes with orange. So red and orange. So if red is 1 and 2, then orange cannot be 6 or 7. Don't do that. What else is this? If pink is 6 or 8, then yellow has to be not 6 or 8. It has to be 7 or 9. And if yellow is 7 or 9, that tells me that blue is either a 1 or a 3, so it's not 2 or 4. If dark gray is 3 or 4, then light gray has to be a 6 or 7, so it's not an 8 or a 9. If blue is 1 or 3, then green is not 1 or 3, it's a 2 or 4. Is that the first reduction? Okay, that simplifies everything a little bit. I remember this being a little bit tricky. Oh yeah, so what I'm looking for here is so reds are 1s or 2s, blues are 1s or 3s. If they were both 2 or 3, then this would be a place where you would see a V between them. So one has to be 1 and one has to be the other. Yeah, so if red is 1, blue has to be 3. And if red is 2, blue has to be 1. So I'm looking for a place among the V's where this might cause a conflict. Yeah, I remember sitting here for just a minute, but it wasn't that hard. The resolution's coming. Oh, I think it's this right here. Wait, yeah. So if yellow were a 9, then blue would be a 1. And pink would have to be an 8. But if blue was a 1 and pink were an 8, then green would have to be a 2. Wait, so if blue was 1, green would have to be a 4. But if pink was an 8, green would have to be a 2. So yellow can't be a 9. Let me do that one more time. If yellow were a 9, the only thing that's consecutive with it is 8. And yellow and blue match. So 9, yellow 9 means blue is 1. And blue and green are a V pair, so if blue is 1, green would have to be 4. But if yellow was 9, pink would have to be 8, and if pink were 8, green would have to be 2. So this is a contradiction. So yellow cannot be 9. So that means yellow is 7. So this is the fun part, is you get to select all the yellows, and they're all 7s. And that tells me that all the light grays are 6s, and 7s goes with 3s, and 6s go with 4s, and reds are 1-4 pair. That means these greens are 2s, and the pinks are 8s, and the oranges are 9s, and that's the solution. Ooh, that took me an hour. I want to say I was able to solve it in half an hour when I did it myself, but there you go. That is a solution to NurglesGift XV-2. I love these puzzles. I love you, Amanda. Hope you had fun.